The TSP. So everybody that I know talks about their 401k, but only federal workers talk about TSPs, and very often most people don't even know what a TSP is. But it's essentially the equivalent of your 401k for federal employees. So it is absolutely a foundational part of whatever you are working towards in retirement. Make sure that you are contributing enough to get your 5% match. This is a part of your compensation. 5% in free money from the US government, from your employer. Every employee should at very least get their full match. That is something that I do not negotiate with. Go get your full compensation from the government or your employer, as it were, if you're a 401k person. Diversify your TSP investments. So this is more complicated within a TSP oftentimes in your 401k. You get very few options. Kind of reminds me of the Ford expression, you can have any color you want as long as that color is black in the Model T. So you don't have a lot of options with your TSP. You certainly want to make sure that you are optimizing towards your own retirement. And what I'll say is many folks kind of set this TSP balance once, and they do not look at it for a very long time. Make sure that balance is going to meet your long-term goals. Again, build that financial plan and make sure that you are reverse engineering the rate of return needed from your TSP to help you meet your goals. All too often, folks are very, very conservative, and they have maybe 30 years to go until they're retiring, or alternatively, folks are 100% equities, very aggressive, and they're right around the corner from retirement. So make sure you have a plan. Make sure that this is not on autopilot. It should be very proactively managed. Lastly, as it relates to TSPs, and it relates to 401ks, is if you are over the age of 50, and if you are in a position to do so, you should be catching up with your contributions. These are often your best years to save. Maybe sometimes your kids have gone off to school and they're kind of self-sufficient. You're at your highest earning potential. From 50 to 60, 50 to 70, those should really be the years that you play catch up as much as you can if you haven't put enough away. Of course, the earlier the better. The eighth wonder of the world is compound interest, as Warren Buffett always says. If you can do it when you're 23, all the better. But certainly take advantage of what the government's giving you. And one last thing on TSP and TSP contributions. All too often, when a client comes to me at the age of 60 or 65 or 70, and they're on the door of retirement, we look at their investments, and 80, 90, 100% of their investments are in pre-tax saving accounts. That is hugely problematic. It's probably one of the most common mistakes that I see from people that are ready to retire. Too much is pre-tax. That is a problem because while you got a deduction when you put the money away in your TSP or your 401k, while you were able to grow tax-free all those years, the rooster has come to roost. I mean, every dollar you take from then on out of your account will be taxed as ordinary income. That's problematic enough because it won't give you a lot of flexibility to manage your tax bill. But further, one stroke of Congress's pen and your ordinary income tax rate can change. It can go from 25% effective tax rate to 50% overnight. And all of a sudden, let's say you've saved $1 million, and after tax, that $1 million was worth $750,000. Overnight, that could be worth $500,000 with a stroke of a pen. So certainly, and it goes back to our financial plan, make sure that you are diversified, not just in your stocks, not just in your asset allocation, but also in your tax diversification. I think, again, number one problem I see with folks running for retirement.